What's good, people? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, all that good stuff. So it's the morning after the night before, or the afternoon after the night before. We just had last evening Oleksander Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2, the rematch, and it turned out to be a very good fight. It had some dramas in there. It had, not quite the dramas of the first fight, but it was very tense in there. And yeah, very decent fight. Good spectacle to watch. Alexander Usyk, as I predicted, repeated the trick, beat Tyson Fury once again on points. And we're just going to talk a little bit about it today. Now, for me, I want to say that overall in this fight, I felt Tyson Fury did start the fight very positively. I think he kind of started this fight maybe ever so slightly better than he did the last fight. I think he was a bit more assertive in this fight. He was a bit more aggressive. And I think whereas the first one, from the opening bell, I felt Usyk had a little bit more success as in the first round, in the first fight. I felt Usyk had some good success. Was able to get into Tyson Fury a bit easier than this fight, and get in range, land on him almost straight away, and take a foothold in the fight. He still did take a foothold, but Tyson Fury was making it a bit more difficult for him. And I think in this fight, it was relatively close for the first half of the fight. I would say for those first six rounds. To be fair, you could kind of split them. You could kind of say, right, maybe 4-2 Usyk, maybe 3-3, 3 rounds each. It kind of ebbed and flowed. Tyson Fury had some excellent moments, but then Usyk would come up with his moments straight after. And it kind of went back and forth between Tyson Fury landing sort of good bursts of punches, good 1-2s. He was good on the uppercut, and he landed some good eye-catching shots. But then Usyk would always sort of come back with his own work and then make you think again, okay, do I go with Usyk now? And I think it was very close. In the first half of the fight, I felt it ebbed and flowed, and even though I was thinking Usyk was kind of edging it, I didn't think that Fury was like out of the fight or Fury had no chance. It was sort of one of those things where you just thought, well, if Fury does something here, if Fury manages to hurt Usyk here, then this could go to Tyson Fury. But then once it came into the second fight, the second half of the fight, should I say, it began to sort of flow more towards Usyk's direction, where Usyk was working the body from round one, as was Tyson Fury at certain points, but you just began to see Usyk sort of grind Tyson Fury down in that second half of the fight. He was outlanding Tyson Fury. He was able to sort of push Tyson Fury back, and although Tyson Fury did stand his ground a bit more in this fight, Usyk was the man that was mostly sort of on the front foot, pushing Tyson Fury back, and he was able to. It was almost like he couldn't miss with the left hand, and he was able to go to the body with the left hand, just as he did in the first fight, body, and then come over the top with the left hand as well. It was Fury done well to kind of deter the jab of Alexander Usyk, but then Usyk cleverly would just use his right hand just to sort of fence, and then in the meantime, while Fury's occupied with the right hand, Usyk is busy with the left hand, sort of landing his shots, head and body. And Usyk, for me, just overall was that bit busier and sort of a lot more accurate than Tyson Fury. So overall, I definitely had it for Usyk. I thought the decision was very fair, because it was one of those fights where, yes, Tyson Fury did have some very good moments in there. He was able to sort of rock Usyk at times, but then when he would rock Usyk and when he would have his successes, Usyk would then sort of take over and have his successes. So it's like you would have several times in a fight where, you know, Tyson Fury would land like a very hard 1-2, ba-bum, and then you'd see, whoa, Usyk has to take a little step back, and you can see he's hurt a little bit. But then there wouldn't be the follow-up from Tyson Fury. It would be like those 1 or 2 shots that he'd land, or the big uppercut he'd land on Usyk. But then what you would have is, okay, Fury has that success, and the commentary was all over it. They were quite biased, I found. But then after that, those successes of Tyson Fury, Usyk would then follow up with his successes. Usyk would then follow up, and he's hit Tyson Fury, and before you know it, he's taken 2 off of Tyson Fury, and then he's landed 4 of his own. So the fight followed that sort of pattern where, yes, Tyson Fury did have his successes, but it just simply was not enough to compete with what Usyk was doing, because Usyk, for every 2-punch combination, Usyk's landing 4s and 5s and stuff. And, you know, when Usyk's having his successes, you're talking, you know, 4 or 5 punch combinations, and, you know, all over the place, head and body and everything. And, you know, Usyk just, you know, completely outworked Tyson Fury as well. And it was one of these fights where what Tyson Fury would need to have done is, it's similar to what Carl Froch was saying on his sort of post-fight review, which is that Fury was not able to sort of keep up with the work rate of Usyk, and to beat Usyk, he would need to have a higher work rate. He'd need to be sort of keeping up the pace for the 12 rounds. And because Usyk did keep up the pace for the 12 rounds, kept up a very high pace, and he was landing at a very good rate, and Fury was only sort of landing half the shots that Usyk was landing, you know. So it was one of these where you could just see that one man was the boss in there, and it was Oleksander Usyk. Because even, you know, as I say, every success Tyson Fury had, Usyk had an answer for it. And it didn't work the same in reverse, because when Usyk had his success with his combinations, Fury wasn't able to replicate that. And because he wasn't able to, you know, he did hurt Usyk at times, but he wasn't able to sort of put Usyk down or wobble Usyk or get him against the ropes or anything. You know, it was very much a sort of back and forth. But with Usyk's having the majority of the success and landing the cleaner shots and landing at a much better rate, you know, 40% of his punches were landing and everything, and he was just a more effective man overall. It followed a similar pattern to the first fight, in that Usyk was the man putting the pressure on. Usyk was the more accurate man with his punches, landing more, and you know, overall he just sort of bossed the fight. Yeah, overall good performance by Usyk, and again it just sort of shows that he is the man when it comes to the heavyweight division in our era. And I don't think there's really many people out there I don't think there's really anyone out there in the current crop of the sort of top 10 who's going to beat Oleksander Usyk now. I think, you know, Daniel Dubois jumped in the ring after and called Usyk out, said, oh, last time was a robbery, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I have my opinions on that. I mean, but at the end of the day, with Daniel Dubois, I think, yeah, he does have a chance. He's rejuvenated and everything. But we do have to remember that when he did have his chance against Oleksander Usyk, yes, okay, if you want to feel sorry for him with the low blow, you can. But in the sport of boxing, when a referee makes a decision, that decision's final. The referee said it was a low blow, so it's a low blow. You have to deal with that as a fighter and then find a way to win. And Usyk did find a way to win, and he stopped Daniel Dubois, or Daniel Dubois quit, depending how you want to say it. But yeah, that could be an interesting fight. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. I mean, for me, I was impressed with Usyk because he you know, he not only beat Fury once, beats him twice now. So that's 2 wins over Joshua, 2 wins over Fury, a stoppage win over Daniel Dubois. I mean, you know, this guy's come up, and me, I was saying to my best friend as we watched it, this guy's done all of this in like 22 fights going in, and so his 23rd fight, he just cements himself again. And yeah, amazing career of Oleksander Usyk, and in a sense, you've got to say that he's up there with some of the greats. I mean, obviously the other guys, when you deal with Ali, Frazier, Foreman, these other guys, they obviously reign for longer periods. But as far as the achievements of Usyk, undisputed at cruiserweight and remained undefeated, and then went up to heavyweight, became undisputed at heavyweight, and remained undefeated as well. So I think it's amazing achievement by Alexander Usyk, and great performance, and a well deserving winner last night, regardless of what Frank Warren and Tyson Fury say. I mean, I suppose you're going to be bitter if you lose and stuff, so I can sort of understand it. But for me, there's only one winner, that's Alexander Usyk. Let me know your thoughts, and until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.